Hey Nashville, how you doing? My name is Maggie Rose. Welcome to my first TED Talk. I can't even believe I'm saying that. I have a 4-month-old. He's backstage. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about motherhood and being a musician who's also a mother. So this is called Bringing the Self into Motherhood, Redefining Identity on and off stage. So I'm going to paint a little picture for you. I've just opened up for Chris Stapleton. It's a big deal. I was really looking forward to this moment, and I'm feeling good. I hear people still cheering, and there's adrenaline pumping, and everything's all right. But after a moment like this, I usually would have gone back to a loud party atmosphere in my green room, lots of friends and family, some tequila shots being passed around. But this time I go to a dark, quiet green room where my most important audience, my infant son, Graham, is sleeping. I sit down, still in my very comfortable stage clothes, and pumping adrenaline gives way to pumping breast milk. But even Chris Stapleton's amazing voice can't take me away from this moment. This is what motherhood looks like for me. And I've learned that as big of a transformation as this feels, it's not the death of my old self. It's the beginning of a deeper dive into who I already was. We don't become someone else to become mothers. I also learned that it's not about achieving some ideal of what motherhood should look like. And for a very long time, I was worried that how I would look as a mother would disappoint myself or others, but that's not true. It's just different. And different's okay, because that means I'm doing it my way. I also believed this myth that motherhood would somehow complete me, and while I appreciate the sentiment, I resent this idea that we're not complete before achieving our goals or becoming a mother. The morning after the Stapleton show, it's time to travel home. We go to the airport and there's a massive delay, something about a dent in the plane, which, no big deal. I go to the mother's room. Of course it's locked. That's always the case. And I have to resort to nursing Graham in the airport chapel. I will never forget the look on that man's face who came in to find us on the meditation mat and then ran off in fear. I hope that he was able to pray for the dent on the plane. And I had to get rid of that white t-shirt I wore that day. It did not survive the blowout that Graham had in store. Last night, I was on a tour bus trying to co-sleep with my 4-month-old who had very different plans, so I'm exhausted. And no, motherhood has not completed me. In many ways, physically, it's depleted me. But while it hasn't filled in these missing pieces of who I am, it's amplified parts of me that were already there. The part of me that makes music, that makes me me, doesn't take away from Graham. It adds to my abilities to mother him to the best of my ability. Because of music, I'm more creative. I'm more sensitive. Being a touring artist has given me some serious grit. I have stamina. I can keep my composure in high-pressure situations, kind of like this one right now. And I'm really well-adjusted because I'm used to working in all sorts of environments with all sorts of people. And the connection that music brings me makes me feel alive and happy. And all of those are attributes that make me a better mother to Graham. I'm starting to see some of them come out in him already, which is very cool. I'm trying to give myself grace in this evolving role. I know that music also played a part in why I waited so long to become a mother. My husband, Austin, and I had been married for 8 years before we became parents, and some of that reasoning was practical. We want financial stability and career momentum, things that any aspiring mother would want. But Austin and I work together, so a huge part of our income is my touring career, and I had to be comfortable to be able to take the time off to become a mother. And now every day it's a challenge to figure out how we get to keep Graham on the road with us, but it is so worth it. There's also this dreaded motherhood penalty that women across the workforce deal with. Jessica Gross of the New York Times just wrote an opinion piece on this. She polled 2,000 women about their experience post-motherhood, and they overwhelmingly said that they found their work hours to be extremely inflexible, their bosses not entirely understanding of their new role, and they felt that society as a whole kind of devalued their work as mothers. It gets worse. Hang on, guys. It's a bit of a bummer. The financial implications are that women, on average, lose $17,000 a year in annual wages. Then you compound those stats with the inequity in the music business, and it's just downright depressing. Women, mothers or not, on average, make 30% less than their male counterparts. Only 10% of music companies offer benefits of any kind to their employees on maternity or paternity leave. So yeah, logistics are a big deterrent for a lot of people who want to become mothers, especially those in the music industry. And then there was the fear that I had to contend with. This idea that I might not be as viable or marketable or as ambitious as I once was. All of these things I know to not be true, but these ideas in our industry persist nonetheless, so those fears were reasonable. It took me years to come to the conclusion that I needed to prioritize my happiness. I want to be an artist who's going to bring my audience along that journey of evolution with me through every stage, no matter how chaotic or crazy it might seem. Those are the people that I want to watch. And if they don't want to hear what I'm singing about, then they're not my audience. And I know that's kind of I'm up here talking a big game, like that's easy for me to say, but it was a hard conclusion for me to come to. We have to prioritize our happiness. We can't let fear steer us away from some of our biggest plans. I wrote a song about that, about how short our time on earth is, and I hope you'll hear it and realize all those plans that maybe you've been putting off. Buy the house, visit Rome, wear the dress that stops the show, don't you know? No one gets out alive. Call the boy, ask the girl, have no regrets when you leave this world, 'cause you know no one gets out alive. So stay a while here on the swing, let's pretend we'll always be together. There's no way that we could know when we'll go where all things go forever. But I'm gonna hope for better. Watch the sky from a hill. Do what you can to make time stand still, 'cause you know no one gets out alive. Bring the wine and stay up late. the night, dying of love, live your life, don't you know? No one gets out alive. Thank you. Now, this really is the most joyful chapter of my life thus far. Sometimes I look at his face and I'm just like, oh my God. I can't even believe that he's real. I love him so much. I will not cry. Hormones, hormones, hormones. But what else is real is isolation. And I don't just feel it backstage after the Stapleton show or in the airport chapel. I feel it in my own body. I have intrusive thoughts sometimes that truly make me feel like a psychopath. And my hormones have gone haywire. I hardly fit in any of my clothes. I feel deeply insecure about my capabilities as a mother. I feel deeply insecure about standing up here and talking to you about it. Like, who am I to even speak to this? But what I've learned that is in life and in performance, oftentimes there's no dress rehearsal. And the greatest lessons I've learned and retained have been by just going up there and doing it. And I think motherhood is very much the same way. And mothering today is like being on a stage. It's never been more visible. You go on Instagram and there's these picture-perfect lunchboxes and there's debates about breastfeeding and there's scrutiny over whether or not she went back to work too early or too late. Sometimes it's our own fault. We put this image out there that we're doing just fine and people think we don't need help. But we do need help. I would encourage all of us to accept the help, to expect the help. Get your band and your crew right and tight. This is my band and crew. My husband, Austin, my family, my friends, my actual band and crew, my nanny, my label, my management, my team that actually prioritizes my happiness so I can make the best art, my artist friends who've helped guide me on this very unique path, you, the audience, who has supported my journey in this new chapter. I think we should extend that expectation to our culture as well, especially the culture within the music industry. We should be expecting them to help ease the burden of working mothers. If they don't want to do this, then they're not in your band and crew. If we don't do this, then we'll somehow lose the female perspective in the workforce. We'll lose the voice of artists who are mothers. That'll continue to dwindle in the musical conversation. And the motherhood perspective is rad. It's people who know how to take care of themselves and balance their responsibilities and nurture others. I would hate to see that go. I think we all need to learn to mother ourselves, most importantly. I didn't know how to properly mother myself until I knew that Graham was on the way. I want to tell you a little story about some of the months leading up to his arrival. I had an album out, or not out yet, but I had an album that I wanted to release so badly for years. It's called No One Gets Out Alive. And I found a label that promised me the world. We had a big, flashy release, and then they went radio silent. 3 months after the album was released, I was dropped by that label. A week later, I found out I was pregnant. I didn't have time to be devastated. I had to turn it into get shit done mode. And I started taking care of myself, and my mind, my body, and my spirit followed. I became more intentional, more selective about my time and who I was spending it with. I got my master's back. I recommitted myself to my music. I found a new label home, and I remember telling my friend Holly Lohman, who works at the label, trembling before I told her that I was pregnant, and she squealed and wrapped me up in a hug. I knew I was at the right place. This is when everything changed. That album got nominated for a Grammy that year. I had my first late night appearance on Jimmy Kimmel at 6 months pregnant. I walked the red carpet at the Grammys as a first-time nominee at almost 8 months pregnant. And I hit all these career milestones not despite, but because of my son. It's not exactly how I imagined they would look, but it was perfect. And I'm not up here telling you all to go get pregnant and that your life will start happening. What I'm saying is aim that compassion at yourself that I started to aim at my own self, and be relentless in your pursuit of happiness. All right, Nashville, help me out. When it's all blown up in your face, clean up the mess, put everything back in its place. Just rip it off like a Band-Aid. No, it ain't always gonna go your way, 'cause there's sharks in the water, there's snakes in the grass. But I'm done crying over a half-empty glass. I can't be living in the future if I'm stuck in the past. So I stay unfazed, 'cause this life is gonna leave you breathless, but you'll catch it every time. So fight, you gotta be relentless, 'cause the best things take their time. Ooh, so you're not where you wanna be. Got lost too many times down the darkest streets, but soon the sun will rise and you will see. 'Cause there's sharks in the water, there's snakes in the grass. But you're done crying over a half-empty glass. You can't be living in the future if you're stuck in the past. So just stay unfazed, 'cause this life is gonna leave you breathless, but you'll catch it every time. So fight, you gotta be relentless, 'cause the best things take their time. Oh, you gotta know, you gotta feel it. Yeah. Oh, and just let it go, 'cause you gotta heal it so you can deal with it. 'Cause this life is gonna leave you breathless, but you'll catch it every time. So fight, you gotta be relentless, 'cause the best things take their time. Oh, this life is gonna leave you breathless, but you'll catch it every time. So fight, you gotta be relentless, 'cause the best things take their time. Nashville, thank you so much for spending some time with me. Success looks a little bit different to me now. It's holding my son. It's curating my own shows. It's making the music I want to make. It's taking a break when I need to take a break. That one's been hard to learn. But myself did not vanish after I became a mother. I believe it reemerged stronger, more focused. So I encourage all of you to mother yourself. You might find a deeper version of yourself. And no matter what you do with what you love, just make sure you bring your truest, fullest self to that role. Thank you. I'm Maggie Rose.